Last month, OnePlus released its latest flagship phone, the OnePlus 11. 2 hours after its launch, OnePlus 11 broke the fastest sales record in OnePlus history. The sales data proves that OnePlus seems to have undergone some changes recently. The signs of change began at the end of 2022. Oppo announced to the outside world that in the next 3 years, Oppo will invest $10 billion for OnePlus alone, implementing a dual-brand strategy. OnePlus is the online Oppo. OnePlus 11 is the first product after the announcement of the Oppo $10 billion subsidy plan. Today, 1 month later, OnePlus released the second product under the new strategy, the OnePlus Ace 2. It will be a little different in some details, such as replacing the plastic frame, smaller vibration motor, and removing the Hasselblad joint label. The biggest difference in the appearance of the two is still reflected in the color of the back cover. This time, the OnePlus Ace 2 has launched 2 colors, Fast Black and Glacier Blue, both of which are made of frosted AG glass. This time we started with the Glacier Blue color scheme. Compared with the instant blue color scheme of OnePlus 11, the back cover of OnePlus Ace 2 feels delicate and smooth to the touch, and it is less likely to be stained with fingerprints. If I choose one, I should be more inclined to the former. Elsewhere, the OnePlus Ace 2 is nearly identical to the OnePlus 11. An identical curved screen on the front, a near-identical black hole-inspired aesthetic camera module on the back, and the return of the mute button that was missing from the previous model, which is commendable. Facts have proved that the mute button is a part of the OnePlus brand gene, and it is very dangerous to cancel it hastily. This will not only compromise the brand recognition of OnePlus, but also easily make users understand the product philosophy of OnePlus. Faith is shaking. Compared with the appearance, the inner difference of OnePlus Ace 2 is bigger. In terms of core configuration, the OnePlus Ace 2's 3 performance parts choose a combination of the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, 12 or 16 gigs, LPDDR5X RAM, and 256 and 512 gigs, UFS 3.1 storage. For mobile game players, large flash memory has become a rigid need. When I got started, I only installed the 3 mobile games Genshin Impact, PUBG Mobile, and Glory of the King, as well as popular software such as Wetchet and Eddie's Cloud Music, which already took up nearly 80 gigs of storage space. If you are still using 128 gigs of small capacity flash memory at this time, the phone will soon become stuck due to insufficient storage space. The effect of the large memory on improving the daily operating experience is immediate. During the time I was using OnePlus Ace 2, I hardly had to actively clean up background programs due to system freezes. For example, cut out to order takeaway while playing games, open multiple shopping apps to compare prices, watch videos while chatting back and forth in multiple social software and other application switching scenarios. OnePlus Ace 2 can achieve smoothness without freezing or stuttering. On the one hand, this is because the larger memory space can accommodate more applications, and on the other hand, it is also because OnePlus Ace 2 uses the same memory genetic reorganization technology as OnePlus 11. The scheduling logic has been modified to reduce the number of freezes on the phone under heavy load. If you are not a hardcore player who can open multiple large games at one time, or a lazy user who never likes to clean up background applications, you don't need to pursue 16 gigs of large memory too much. Just choose the appropriate configuration according to your usage habits. As for the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 that has been released for more than half a year, I believe we don't need to introduce too much about its core components and performance scores, but just talk about the actual gaming experience. Through software and hardware optimization, I can use Consonance Touch to adjust the touch sensitivity and follow-up degree when playing, reduce the touch response delay, and operate more smoothly in scenes, such as moving the angle of view and facing the gun. The screen of OnePlus Ace 2 also supports high-frequency PWM dimming, but you need to enter the developer mode to enable it in the settings. After enabling it, the screen will automatically enter the high-frequency dimming mode at low brightness, which looks more comfortable. After talking about the performance, let's talk about the equally important camera and charging performance. The 3 cameras on the OnePlus Ace 2 are a 50-megapixel main camera with the same IMX890 sensor as the OnePlus 11, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 2-megapixel macro lens. The same is true in the actual experience. Basically, I only use the main camera to take pictures. When I encounter large buildings, I will use the ultra-wide-angle emergency. As for the macro lens, I have almost forgotten its existence. To put it simply, OnePlus Ace 2 can meet the needs of most people to record a better life, but to use OnePlus Ace for creation, it lacks 2 important creative focal length lenses of high-quality ultra-wide-angle and telephoto. Will be inferior to other photography-oriented phones. In terms of charging, OnePlus Ace 2 is also taking the enough route. But in terms of the most direct charging power perceived by users, OnePlus Ace 2 is only equipped with a long-life version of 100 watts charging. After actual measurement, it takes 26 minutes to fully charge this large 5000 mAh battery from 0 to 100%, which is enough but not amazing enough. By the way, OnePlus Ace 2, like OnePlus 11, does not support wireless charging. Making phones is an art of trade-offs, and for mid-range phones with more limited costs, manufacturers should spend as much as possible on the cutting edge. OnePlus Ace 2 brings a textured appearance and performance that are on par with the flagship. Correspondingly, it will be more conservative in terms of photography and charging. This is not an incomprehensible problem. Overall, the product orientation of OnePlus Ace 2 is very clear, as its new label says. Enough focus on performance, and enough avant-garde. From the perspective of pricing, OnePlus Ace 2 can be said to be full of sincerity, and you can even vaguely see the shadow of OnePlus's past from it. In the past 10 years, OnePlus has stumbled from a woeful small factory that only makes one high-quality phone a year, and gradually made a smart terminal brand with a full range of categories. OnePlus can be seen in TVs, smart homes, and TWS earphones. There are many factors that contributed to OnePlus abandoning independence. One of the important reasons is that the increase in the smartphone market is close to saturation, and now it has entered the stage of competition in the stock market. Compared with other niche brands, OnePlus is lucky. After returning to Oppo, OnePlus has more sufficient technical reserves and capital reserves than in the past, and also has the confidence to trade hardware profit margins for the market. What do you think about the new OnePlus Ace 2 smartphone? It will be better than OnePlus 11. Write your opinion. Thanks for watching. See you soon.